Welcome, darlings, to another fabulous episode of Morning Joan. I'm so glad you're joining me today, because we've got some seriously exciting dish to dive into. And speaking of excitement, have you heard about the latest sensation sweeping the nation? No, I'm not talking about the latest Kardashian drama, although, let's be real, that's always entertaining. I'm talking about Disney's Descendants Zombia's Worlds Collide tour. Now, I know what you're thinking, Joan. What's this tour all about? Well, let me tell you, it's a must-see event that brings together the young stars of Disney's Descendants and Zombies franchises. And trust me, these kids have got talent pouring out of every pore. The show features Kylie Cantrall, Freya Skye, Malia Baker, Malachi Barton, Dara Renee, Joshua Colli, and McConan Knife, all performing their hearts out to some of the most iconic songs from both franchises. I've heard from sources, okay, fine, I read it on Forbes, that the show is an absolute spectacle, with big production numbers, stunning video footage, and even some sentimental moments that will tug at your heartstrings. And let's not forget the music. From Red to Rewrite the Stars, these kids are belting out tunes like pros. But what really caught my attention was the fact that each young star gets their own moment in the spotlight. Cantrall is apparently a dancing and singing sensation. Skye's vocals are unrivaled. Yes, you read that right, and Baker absolutely slays it on the guitar. And then there's Colli, who's got some serious Broadway cred, and Knife, who's basically a future Avenger in the making. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, this all sounds very wholesome and family-friendly. And to that I say, guilty as charged. But trust me, this show is not just for kids. The parents in the audience were singing along just as much as their little ones, and the energy was electric. So if you're looking for a fun night out with the family, or just a fun night out, period, be sure to catch Disney's Descendants, Zombia's Worlds Collide tours when it comes to a city near you. And don't worry about the steep ticket prices. From what I've heard, it's totally worth it. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Stay fabulous, darlings. Welcome back to Morning Joan. We're diving into the fascinating world of cinema, and I've got a treat for all you horror fans out there. Today we're exploring the making of Zach Cregger's latest film, Weapons. This movie has taken the box office by storm, raking in an impressive $70 million globally on its debut. But what makes it tick? Let's dive into the creative process behind this chilling tale. According to cinematographer Larkin Seipel, working with Zach Cregger was an absolute dream. Seipel praises Cregger as a natural-born director who brings an infectious energy to the set, inspiring the entire crew to work harder and push their creative boundaries. This synergy is evident in the film's unique blend of horror and dark humor, which has resonated with audiences worldwide. One of the standout aspects of Weapons is its non-linear narrative structure, which weaves together multiple storylines and characters to create a sense of tension and unease. Seipel reveals that the film's chapter-based approach allowed the team to experiment with different visual styles and atmospheres, from the eerie suburban landscapes to the claustrophobic interiors of the Lilly home. The cinematographer also shares some fascinating behind-the-scenes insights into the film's most memorable sequences, including the gas station convenience store chase scene, which required a combination of roller skates, Segway, and dolly work to capture the intense action. And then there's the grand finale, where 17 catatonic children stampede through suburbia like a pack of angry elephants, a hilariously surreal visual that demanded some clever cinematic trickery. As we explore the world of Weapons, it's clear that Zach Cregger is a force to be reckoned with in the horror genre. With his Resident Evil adaptation on the horizon and a potential sequel to Weapons in the works, fans have plenty to look forward to. And if you haven't seen Weapons yet, what are you waiting for? The film is now playing in theaters everywhere, so grab your tickets and get ready for a wild ride. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea, right here on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, dear listeners. We've got a fantastic story to wrap up today's show, all about the charming Ben from HBO's The Gilded Age. You know, that dashing Iowa boy who's taken the world of period dramas by storm. Well, it turns out he's just as delightful in real life. In a recent interview, Ben shared his experiences working with the incomparable Christine Baranski, and let me tell you, it's a treat. He recalls their first meeting, where she gave him a once-over and said, "Boy, we are getting our money's worth with you. I mean, can you even imagine? It's like getting a seal of approval from the Queen herself." But what really caught my attention was Ben's take on his newfound fame. As an Iowa boy who's now rubbing shoulders with Fashion Week regulars and WWE stars, he remains humble and curious. He talks about walking into these high society rooms with a sense of wonder, eager to learn and observe. And when it comes to the absurdity of it all, he's not afraid to poke fun at himself and the ridiculousness of it all. And then, of course, there's the matter of his social media nickname, Clock Twink. Ben, being the good sport that he is, has fully embraced the moniker, saying he feels loved by his community and welcomes the comparison to other dashing gentlemen like Railroad Daddy. It's refreshing to see someone in the public eye who doesn't take themselves too seriously and is just enjoying the ride. So here's to Ben, and all the Clock Twink enthusiasts out there. May you continue to bring joy and sparkle to our screens. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous.